Hey, Shalom, this is Brother Yuan. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say Shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. So let me start this video out by saying it's not about the woman, but I'm going to use the example in Hosea to give reference to the dynamic that the Israelite man goes through with the woman on this side, the frustration, how it's correlated to how the Lord had Hosea take a wife that was a harlot, so that not only that he could give the analogies, but Hosea had he had experience with how the Lord felt towards our nation, towards Israel, towards the northern kingdom in specific he was going into. So we're gonna read through that, a little bit of that, and just to show, hey, sometimes the Lord will put us in certain situations to give us insight on particular matters, because you can speak a lot more passionately and more spiritedly, when you've experienced or gone through particular things, which is part of the reason that acceptable men are tried in the furnace of adversity. They've been exercised in all different types of facets of life, and they're able to make the right and proper judgment calls and have insight onto why they're making those judgment calls. All right, so before we go to Hosea, let's go to Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter. All right, and that reads, "Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you." So the Lord often likens us to a wife. All right, "And I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion." And that's also an allusion to the fact, all right, that the Lord's not going to save everybody in Israel. He's not going to save everybody that says they believe. He's not going to save everybody that even calls on the name, because you have to be a doer of the word. He's dealing with small portions of people. Look at the example he saved 8 persons during the flood. Saved Lot and his 2 daughters during Sodom and Gomorrah. Go to 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, 15 and 16. A wave to a drop. The Lord never deals with large numbers of people, and a lot of congregations get that mixed up. A lot of people get that mixed up. They think this thing is about numbers. Well, if they have a big congregation, if it's a big church, then the Lord must be dealing with them. Opposite. Not so. Jeremiah 3 and 14, again from the top. "Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you. And I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion." And you can go link that up with Isaiah, the 14th chapter. All right, verse 15. "And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with the knowledge and understanding," which is going to be the stability of our times as we step into the time that's getting ready to play out upon the earth. Okay, some very dark and gruesome times are getting ready to play out, and no scourges are going to be sent from Alashajah, man, to weed out those that are disobedient. Okay, but those who are seeking righteousness, seeking meekness, they're going to be hidden the day of the Lord's anger, as it's stated in Zephaniah 2 and 3. You can go to Job. Let me get it. You go to Job, the 5th chapter, and the 22nd verse. It also says this: what? "At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh." All right. So yeah, man, it's going to be a dark time, but in the midst of that, there's going to be balance. Right? There's going to be people who are taken care of, who have a hedge of protection around them, and that's going to be the elect. Job 5 and 22. "At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth." So, as we're being nomads and going to and fro, man, some people are going to be getting tore up by different wild beasts. And the Lord said that's another scourge the Lord's going to send. All right, that's another peril, and the perilous end that a lot of people are going to meet. But in regards to the elect, the animals are going to be in league with them. All right, Job 5 and 22. "At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth." Okay? Then you go to verse 23. It says, "For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee." All right? So now let's go back to Jeremiah 3, where we're reading. Jeremiah 3 and 16. All right, Jeremiah 3 and 16. "And it shall come to pass, when ye be multiplied and increased in the land in those days, saith the Lord, they shall no more. They shall say no more, the ark of the covenant of the Lord. And this is in the kingdom, man, because we're going to be changed. We're going to be given that fleshly heart instead of the stony one. We're going to be perfect. We're not going to be able to go off, right? Neither shall it come to mind. Neither shall they remember it. Neither shall they visit it. Neither shall they. Neither shall that be done anymore. At that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord, and all nations shall be gathered unto it. Yeah. To the name of the Lord, to Jerusalem. Neither shall they walk anymore after the imagination of their evil heart, man, because they're going to be changed. We're going to be given those new bodies. Okay? And that's exclusively for the nation of Israel. It's not for everybody. Okay? We go into this every lesson. You go down, we jump down to the 23rd verse, Jeremiah, same chapter, Jeremiah 3:23. It says, truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills, from the other nations, and from the multitude of the mountains. Truly in the Lord our God is salvation of Israel. Now, on the flip side of that, after that 1,000-year period of straightening everything out, the nations are going to benefit from righteous rulers being in the seat of the throne. But before all that happens, that breaking with the yoke of iron has to happen. The falling of Edom has to happen. Things happen in a particular order, and we've been going into this, man. The prophecies happen in a particular order, man. And people are going to see that, whoa, things are happening exactly how they said it would. Exactly how the Lord put in our mouths to say it would. All right, you go to Jeremiah, the first chapter. Let me go get it real quick. All right, Jeremiah 1:9, it says, actually, we'll start at 8. Yeah. Be not afraid of their faces. I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord. Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth. He touched Jeremiah's mouth. And the Lord said unto me, behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. And in this time he's touched the prophets' mouths once again. He reveals his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, as stated in Amos 3:7. All right, but yeah, again, the nations are going to benefit from there being righteous rulership. And you jump over a chapter to Jeremiah, the 4th chapter, in the 2nd verse, it says, and thou shalt swear the Lord liveth in truth and judgment and in righteousness, and nations shall bless themselves in him, and in him shall they glory. So, as you know, hold on real quick. Yeah, like I was saying, you guys know, Hosea was a prophet of the northern kingdom. Okay, he took a heart. The Lord had instructed him to take a wife that was given unto whoredom, and throughout the chapter, he elaborates on, how that same situation is between him and Israel. Okay, so you go to Hosea 2:16. All right, it reads, and it shall be in that day, saith the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, and shalt call me no more Bali, meaning you're going to call me husband and no more master. So we're going to see the Lord as our husband, man. And a wife does what her husband says. So right now, Israel being that wife, once things, go down and the kingdom is being established, we're going to operate righteously, man. And no more as a whorish woman. Okay? Verse 17, cut this off for you. All right, Salakia. It's Hosea 2 and where was I? 2 and 16 once more. And it shall be at that day, saith the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, and shalt call me no more Bali. Meaning we're gonna see him as that husband. Oh, okay, I went into this. We're gonna see him as a husband. It's not gonna just be a master, because Israel as a whole, the whole nation, always knew that, Yahweh was our God, but perpetually was going off, perpetually being into all these different things, man, not showing that reverence and that honor. And that's the same dilemma that the Israelite man goes into, which is why we harp on it so bad. But when you get to a point where you realize, oh, the Lord has this be a thorn in our side for a reason. We have a small inkling, a small insight into his frustration. So you really, you can go into that topic, but it gets they're going to do what they do regardless. They're the weaker vessel, and it's not for them to really get this understanding anyway. It's not for them to operate in righteousness anyway. That's going to happen they're going to get ignored by way of the violence that's getting ready to overtake the earth. The harsh times that the Lord is sending. You know, so that's going to happen by default. Those problems will be fixed by default, by prophecy playing out, by the kingdom of heaven being established. Okay? All right, continuing on to verse 17. For I will take away the names of Balaam out of her mouth, and they shall no more be remembered by their name. So, you know, all those other idols, those other gods, those other ways that our people were into, man, it's all going to be rinsed away. Okay? Verse 18. And in that day I will make a covenant. I will make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field and the fowls of heaven and with the creeping things of the ground. I will break the bow and the sword and the battle out of the earth, and I will make them to lie down safely. And I will betroth thee unto me forever. And you got to remember, the Lord prophesied. He told us that, hey, once the crown, how is it quoted in Revelation? The crowns of this world. Let me actually just go get it. This is Revelation 11 and 15. It says, and the seventh angel sounded, when Yahweh Shah comes back, it says, and the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Mashiach, and he shall reign forever and ever. All right. So once that happens, now we go back to Hosea 2 and the end of 18. It says, and I will make them to lie down safely. Okay, there's not going to be any more war or anybody. Everything's going to be subdued up under our power, up under, you know, first and foremost the Son, and then us. All right, here we go. Keep that thing balanced. There we go. Now we go to verse 19. And I will betroth thee unto me forever. All right, going back to that reference that we read in Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter, us being married unto the Lord. And I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness and in judgment and in loving kindness and in mercies. I will even betroth thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know the Lord. We're gonna truly know him. You know, not just know of him. We're gonna have an actual relationship with the Lord, man. So that's the beauty of what's to come. And that's why those that are seeking righteousness long for the kingdom. We seek new heavens and a new earth. All right. So let's go. I think I got a little bit more, and that'll be it. Let's go to Hosea, the 4th chapter. All right. All right. This is Hosea 4 and 13. They sacrifice upon the tops of mountains and burn incense upon the hills, under oaks and poplars and the elms, because the shadow of thereof is good. Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery. And the Lord put this vexation upon us even back then, but especially now is taking place in the biggest way. All right, verse 14. And I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom. Okay, so there's not going to be any justice for us, any justice for that act, any justice for that vibration going out in the world, because we know what the actual justice should be when adultery is committed. But it doesn't happen here on this side, and it's vexation, you know, unto the men of the Lord, and the Lord had it set up that way. So it comes with the walk. So, you know, it's nothing to really give too much emotion or frustration to, because the Lord wrote it for it to happen that way. But again, we know how that's all going to be fixed by the violence and the scourges that the Lord sends upon the earth. When people's lives are at stake, they tend to, you know, let go of superficial notions. Okay. Verse 14. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery, for themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore the people that doth not understand shall fall. So our people, you know, they're spiritual adulterers. And the Lord had, like I said, he had Hosea take that harlot wife, you know, to have some insight into what the Lord feels. Okay, so just a quick lesson for you guys. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers, and of course the few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.